Hello and welcome to 70 Years, 70 Muppets, a Muppet fan podcast presented by toughpigs.com. This is the podcast where we celebrate the Muppets' 70th anniversary with 70 straight weeks of spotlights on our favorite Muppet characters, from the most popular to the most obscure. I am this week's host, Anthony Strand, and the Muppet of the Week is Beaker, designed by Jim Henson, built by Don Saleen, and originally performed by Richard Hunt, making his world debut in 1977. When I signed up to host the Beaker episode of this podcast, I couldn't decide who to talk to. Beaker is the most prominent Muppet who doesn't speak any known human language, and this allows him to be relatable to an incredibly wide cross-section of viewers. There's a little bit of Beaker in all of us, so I want to capture as much of that cross-section as possible. So I started thinking, since Beaker contains multitudes, different people remind me of him in different ways. So who is Beaker? What about him reflects the people in my life? Well, first of all, Beaker is an assistant. To be more specific, he's the assistant to Dr. Bunsen Honeydew. As a school librarian, I also have an assistant, the delightful and talented Kim Skoda. So I decided to start right there at Meadowview Elementary, at the circulation desk. All right, so I'm here with Kim Skoda, Kim, what's your title here at the library officially? What do we call you?
Paraprofessional in the media?
Yeah, I guess so. But what that means is that you're my assistant here in the library at Meadowview.
That's right.
And so Beaker is Bunsen's assistant.
Oh, great.
So today, among your duties, I assigned you to watch 4 Muppet Labs sketches, which were Automatic Wastebasket, Banana Sharpener, Electric Nose Warmer, and Fireproof Paper.
Right.
Now, what I'm wondering is, do you think we should incorporate any of those inventions here in the library?
All of them.
All of them.
As long as you test them first.
No, see, the thing is that I'm Bunsen and you're Beaker because you're the assistant.
Oh, I don't like that idea.
So you don't want to do it? Okay. So
How about we split it? I'll do 2 and you do 2.
All right. So you'll do the fireproof paper.
Okay.
And I'll do I'll get the banana sharpeners thrown at me.
Okay. And you got to do the nose warmer.
I'll do the nose warmer. You can do the wastebasket. Getting eaten by the garbage can, that's not that bad.
Oh. So says you.
Right?
How many times has that happened to you before?
Not yet, but I can keep dreaming.
All right.
So, but you're on board with this idea? We're going to turn the library into Muppet Labs?
Yeah, I think it'll be fun.
All right, great.
Kids will love it. We do anything for the kids.
That is true. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They'd eat it up. So, all right. Thank you for joining me, Kim.
Anytime.
Thanks again, Kim. As you can hear, listener, we do have a good time. Once we've implemented all of Bunsen's inventions in the media center, I'll report back and let everyone know how it went. But besides an assistant, what else is Beaker? Well, he's a person with red hair. You know who else is a person with red hair? My high school tech ed teacher at Hatton-Eielson High School in North Dakota, Justin Foss. Mr. Foss is also a lifelong Muppet fan, so I knew he would have insights into the elusive Beaker. I'm here with my high school tech ed teacher, Justin Foss. Hello.
Hey, Anthony, how you doing?
Doing well, thanks.
Good.
So the reason I wanted to talk to you is you were the first adult I ever knew of who still loved the Muppets.
Absolutely.
When I was a kid.
Who doesn't love the Muppets?
Criminals, you know. I think. But specifically, you always did a Swedish Chef impression when I was a kid.
Yep.
Swedish Chef, of course, is Beaker's co-star in Danny Boy. I don't know if you remember that one.
That's right. I
And
forgot about that.
they sing Danny Boy together.
Yep.
But I wanted to talk to you about Beaker for a couple of reasons. One, you're a redhead.
Yep.
So could you relate to him?
Well, I think so because you look at Beaker, he's a redhead. He's a little anxious, a little hyper and everything. I think all redheads are a little hyper and everything. So, yeah, absolutely. I can relate to Beaker. Yeah, wide-eyed, everything. He just wants to help out his buddy, old Benson Honeydew and everything. So, yeah, I can relate to him.
Awesome. And then the other thing is, so you're doing engineering projects in your class all the time.
Yep.
Beaker, of course, is always carrying out Bunsen's instructions. Do you find that your students are as helpful and follow directions as well as Beaker did?
That's a hit and a miss. Sometimes they're very good, and sometimes they make Beaker look like Einstein. So it's a little of each right there, because you got to look at poor Beaker. I mean, what he had to do to carry out these projects, whatever that Dr. Benson Honeydew would do. Sometimes he succeeded, sometimes he's not. Sometimes he didn't. So it was pretty good. I think my kids kind of do that. I think if I put Beaker, if I show them who Beaker is, I don't even know if they know who Beaker is right now.
That's
so,
right.
But
Sad but true.
It is sad but true. So I mean, it's yes. So Anthony, I do see a little Beaker in my kids.
Yep. Awesome. All right. So and before we go, any other thoughts you want to share?
Like I said, the Muppets classic. How many years did you say now?
70. This is for the 70th anniversary.
Unbelievable. 70 years of the Muppets. Everyone's got to see the Muppets. I mean, obviously it was just Christmas, and one of my favorite Christmases is A Muppet Christmas Carol.
Sure.
Absolutely. It is one of the best. No, Beaker is great. I'm glad that you're doing this, getting everyone. I mean, the Swedish Chef, he's probably my favorite. Hardy, feedy, he's scurdy, you know.
There it is. There it is.
But you got Beaker. So you got them both. You got to love them. So.
All right. Awesome. Thanks again.
You bet.
Thanks, Mr. Foss. Since teachers with red hair appear to be a good source of Beaker opinions, I knew exactly where to go next. My colleague Todd Kohorst has red hair and he's a scientist. Who could be closer to Beaker than that? I crossed state lines from North Dakota to Minnesota and headed over to the middle school. Okay, so now I'm talking to my former coworker, Todd, a scientist, by which I mean 6th grade science teacher with red hair. Hello, Todd.
Hello, how's it going?
Great, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, great to be here.
So the Muppet of the Week is Beaker. Are you familiar with Beaker from The Muppet Show?
It's been a long time since I've seen the Muppets. I'd have to go back to the late 80s, early 90s, but I feel like I maybe have seen the Beaker.
Sure, okay. So you don't have any thoughts to share about him?
Well, I like beakers. I mean, beakers are great for science, a great science tool that I use all the time. The Muppet Beaker, I guess I vaguely remember him from when I was a kid, but it's been a while.
So there you go. For a real science teacher, actual beakers are more important than felt ones. Thank you, Todd.
Yes, thank you.
Have a great day.
You too, Anthony.
Thank you, Todd. Now that I think about it, I should have gotten his opinion on Bunsen burners while I was there. But we have to move on to something even more exciting than Bunsen burners. I have with me, live in the studio, someone who speaks the same language as Beaker. That's right. Another person who speaks the same language. Welcome, sir. Can you tell us your name?
Meep, meep.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Meep, meep.
And he's gone. That's okay. There are plenty of other people I can talk to. In fact, I got a voicemail from my fellow Tough Pigs writer Shane Keating with a lead for this episode. Here's what Shane had to say.
Hey there, Anthony. It's me, your buddy Shane Keating, calling you from my fancy car phone. What? Anyway, I heard you were doing the podcast about Beaker this week, and I've got somebody I think you're really going to want to talk to. Lucas Ross. That's right. And you know why? Because he's a Beaker. At least, I think that's what he said. I don't really listen when he talks some of the time, you know what I mean? Anyway, I hope you do a good job hosting this week. And, oh, there's one very important thing I got to tell you about it, and that's... What? Oh, you have got to be kidding me. Oh, brother. Anyway, listen, I'll have to call you back and tell you about that when I'm in international waters. Okay, bye!
Wow, thanks, Shane. Lucas Ross is a Beaker? Well, listeners, I had to check this out. So I gave Lucas a call, and I got a lot more than I bargained for. I am now joined by a familiar voice here on 70 Years, 70 Muppets. Lucas Ross, welcome back to the program.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I am such a big fan of you. I love everything you do. I listen to everything that you record. I'm pretty much your biggest fan. And let me just ask you one thing. What's your name again?
Anthony Strand.
Yes, of course, Anthony.
Yes, of course. You got it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
That's what it says on my Junior Woodchuck membership card.
Well, I I'm going to still disagree with you, but we'll just roll with it for this. But I am so honored to be on another Muppet 70 celebration podcast. I can never get tired of hearing the sound of my own voice. So thank you for making my dreams come true, like a true Muppet baby.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're here to talk about, right?
No, so we're here to talk about Beaker. And actually, our friend Shane told me that I should talk to you because according to him, if I'm reading this right,
Yes.
you are a Beaker?
Oh. No, Anthony, if that is your real name, I think you've been misinformed. I'm not a Beaker. We all know I wish I was. No, I'm not. Oh my goodness, you know what? There might have been a little bit of a typo.
Uh-huh.
There might have been an autocorrect. My family are beekeepers. Beekeepers.
Oh!
Beekeepers. If you say it really fast, maybe I'm a beekeeper.
It's pretty close.
I will say this, though. You were probably right in assuming that I was a beaker because I do talk about myself a lot. I'm always me, you know.
Sure. There you go. But we can roll with this. As a member of a family of beekeepers, you've
Yes.
probably had some hilarious Beaker-esque mishaps, right?
Does getting stung count?
Sure, that would happen to him.
Okay, all right, yeah. I do wear stripy socks. I do freak out a lot. And you know, I know the whole idea was a joke, but when I think about the similarities between Bunsen and Beaker and my father and I in the bee yard, it's probably not that much different. My dad was cool, calm, and collected that seemed to have a plan, and I was constantly the one that had bees swarming on my face, trying to sting me mercilessly as I scraped for the EpiPen. You know, here's a tip, kids. If you're allergic to bees, honey production might not be the first thing you go to. But hey, I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. It's a risk in every job.
There you go. So thank you. I think we finally found it. That is the most Beaker-esque anecdote that I have gotten on this episode. So
What do I win, Anthony? If that's your real name?
you win a Bunsen burner and a Beaker.
Oh, man. Well, just for that, I'm going to send you some honey. So I'll just look for a really damp and sticky envelope.
My favorite kind.
Yeah. And I didn't expect you to say that. Sorry.
Okay.
And shoot, I'll throw a few bees in there.
Great. My favorite thing to receive in the mail.
They love it too, by the way. I gotta say, Postal Service love it almost as much as the TSA agents whenever I try to bring on my emotional support bees when I fly.
That'll happen. All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Lucas. Have a great day.
Well, thank you, Anthony. Is that really your name, Anthony?
I'll have to look it up.
Okay.
All right. Well, sir, yes, Anthony is my real name. Thanks again to Lucas Ross for the illuminating info on both Beaker and beekeeping. Moving on, so far we haven't looked at one of Beaker's most important roles. He's a member of the Leprechaun Brothers, one of 3 gifted singers who have all kissed the Blarney Stone. That classic St. Patrick's Day sketch is one of my favorites from the entire Muppet Show. And St. Patrick's Day is also the birthday of one of my favorite people, my mom, Donalee Strand. So let's see what the birthday girl thinks about the Leprechaun Brothers. So I am now here with my mother, Donalee Strand. Mom, what day is your birthday?
My birthday, as everybody I know knows, is March 17th.
March 17th. So that's a famous holiday, of course, St. Patrick's Day.
My birthday.
And your birthday. So we just watched the Leprechaun Brothers.
Yes.
And Beaker, of course, is one of the featured characters. So as a St. Patrick's Day baby, what did you think about the Leprechaun Brothers?
Oh, I love them. They just remind me of me.
They remind you of me? What do you mean?
Well, just the way, the first one, the chef,
Swedish chef, sure.
is singing and just not really saying anything,
Uh-huh.
which I'm very notoriously known for. And then when Animal gets in there and he's just repeating, Danny boy, Danny boy. That's me when I do not know the words to a song. I honestly, and then when the Beaker gets in there and is singing those high notes and just the whole thing. That is one of my favorite versions of Danny Boy.
It's really funny.
That is.
For the record, listeners, my mom has a beautiful singing voice, and everyone knows it. And she's very sings at events in the community often. And I have never heard her sound like the Leprechaun Brothers.
Well, that's a little bit too high of praise, but at home, when I'm singing by myself and trying to sing a song I do not know very well, I sound just like them.
So the Leprechaun Brothers are kind of like a birthday present just for you.
Yes.
Is what I'm hearing.
I'm going to listen to it from now on. Every St. Patrick's Day, I had not done that before, but I'm going to from now on, and I will think of you.
Wonderful. New tradition.
Yes,
all right.
New tradition.
Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Bye.
Happy birthday later this month, Mom. I'm glad you enjoyed the Leprechaun Brothers. Well, gang, we still haven't figured out what makes Beaker tick. So it looks like it's time to talk to Beaker's #1 fan, Tough Pigs' very own artist-in-residence, Christopher Smigliano. I gave Smig a call to ask about his favorite Muppet. So I am joined now by Tough Pigs artist-in-residence, Chris Smigliano. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Wonderful to have you on the show. So you've always been associated, like in my mind, I've always associated you with Beaker as long as I've been aware of your work. Do you remember why you gravitated toward Beaker in the first place?
Well, I think it was since the first time I saw him. It was so amazing right from the start. I mean, the character design was so simple yet so effective. I mean, take a tube, stick a couple ping pong balls on, and a sausage for a nose, and bang! Look what you got.
Yeah, it's true. You're right.
It's a very effective design, and it turned out to be a so surreal type of character. But this character is so unusual, so weird. I just enjoyed him more and more. It got me thinking in terms of characterization. I mean, one year, this was about the time of the Great Muppet Caper. I finally wrote a fan letter, a very long fan letter.
I love that.
With drawings, trying to analyze why I liked this character so much, that he wasn't stupid or anything like that. That I sent it to the Henson people. I got a letter from the workshop saying they liked it. Then I got a letter from Jerry Jewell, the late Jerry Jewell, saying he thought it was probably one of the best letters he ever got about it for a Muppet Show character.
Wow, that's what an honor.
The cherry on the top was a few months later. Phone call from Richard Hunt.
Wow.
Yeah, it was 10 o'clock at night. He was calling from Mexico at the time. Yeah,
that's incredible.
Yeah, but sadly for me, I don't think I made a good impression on him. I went into full fanboy mode.
Sure, I would do the same.
He was very nice, though. But really surprised me about Richard. You can feel that his energy and his voice on the phone. I mean, this guy had energy to spare.
That is not a surprise.
Yeah.
But how do you think that energy fed into Beaker specifically?
Well, with a character like Beaker, you needed a lot of physical energy. Since he couldn't really talk, physical action it was a necessity, and Richard really know how to dish that out.
Yeah.
And if you read the newest book, Funny Boy, Richard loved characters that didn't talk much.
Right. Yeah, that was
Sully,
interesting in the book. Yeah, Sully. Right.
I kind of like knowing that Beaker was kind of Richard's favorite among his characters.
Yeah, I bet that was special for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other Beaker thoughts you want to share?
Well, I do think it was kind of sad that Beaker didn't start getting a lot more attention until after Richard died, you know? Apparently Beaker was always a popular character, but in terms of like merchandising and stuff like that, he didn't really start getting more attention until after Richard passed away.
That's true, yeah. Huh. I never thought about it.
I mean, they always seem to focus on same six Muppets: Kermit, right. Piggy, Fozzie, Animal, Gonzo, and Ralph.
Is it Christmas Carol? Was that when like people really started to love Beaker so much? You know, where he has like a nice little featured role?
I think it was the Muppet Vision 3D. When they started putting out Disney merchandise for that at first, right? Disney beanbag dolls, people started asking for Beaker ones. Disney complied, and all of a sudden there were Disney Beaker dolls going for high prices on eBay for a while.
Do you have one?
I have one, yes. It was a gift, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
And you remember the pallet-sized figures, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Beaker was part of the first wave with the Muppet Labs set, as well as also the first of the Mega Muppet figures.
Oh, yeah.
Figures they put
Forgot
out,
about the Mega Muppets. I have the Invisible Beaker variant.
I got that.
from
Yeah.
Palisades.
Well, I
Yeah.
got a lot of Beakers. Trust me.
How many do you think you have? Do you have any idea how many Beakers you own?
I got no idea. I don't have all of them though. I only get them if I can find them reasonably priced. So
Sure. Any final thoughts before we go?
I just hope we see more of the character. I mean, Dave Rudman hasn't really been able to do much of him to them yet.
You know, honestly, until you said it, I didn't even remember who the recast was.
Yeah.
So there you go. That really proves your point. Thank you so much for joining me, Smig. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem at all.
And there you have it. I can't think of a better note to end on. Thanks again to Smig and to all of our guests. Donalee Strand, Lucas Ross, Shane Keating, Mel Blanc, I guess, Todd Kohorst, Justin Foss, and Kim Skoda. There's a lot more to be said about Beaker, so I'm truly honored all of you joined me to say some English words about the man who never says any.
70 Years, 70 Muppets is a Muppet Fan podcast presented by toughpigs.com, hosted by a whole myriad of people and edited by them as well. Produced by Jared Fairclough. The Muppet 70 logo used with permission by the Muppet Studio with thanks to Danny Iglesias, Frank Reich Snyder and Lee Slaughter. Don't forget to follow toughpigs.com on all social media platforms. You can support us by heading to patreon.com/toughpigs or buying a t-shirt at tpublic.com/toughpigs.